this engine?
We call it water cooler.
Water cooler. This is where we crack the kernels. After cracking, I think we do throwing.
Yes, true.
We shall have to demonstrate that of throwing. When they hold the shovel, they continue to throw it like this. The fibers and the shells will fall down here. The fruits, the kernels we need, will just be going this way. So somebody will now come and just show us how we do throw. How we throw like this. Then you see the kernel we need in a separate place. Then the things goes to another place. When we are cracking, some of the kernels are broken. These ones can be consumed. When these things are cracked, the kernels are moved to one part. The kernels will be transferred to factories where they use it to produce things like, you people know, cream. Then there's kernel oil also. The kernel will be transferred to the factory where they will use it for different types of things like candle, soap, pomade, etc. That is etc. Then the shell, like I told you earlier, is used for fire. Then too, it can be used as concrete. When you are building your house, you can mix the kernel with enough cement, you make it a concrete. Then you can also use it as to curb erosion, controller. When you pack the kernels inside a bag, where you see the erosion decreasing place, you put the bags there. Then you cover it with other things. Then when motor passes, it will cover it. So we use it to curb erosion. So it's not lost. Then let us come to the fiber now. The fiber, we use this as firewood also. The kernel can be used as firewood. The fiber can be used as firewood. While the kernel will go to the factory for manufacturing to produce many things, which you all know. Then with the fiber also, those that are planting vegetables, they use the fiber as mulching during dry season. When they plant a vegetable seedling, then they put it around it like this, so that the heat of the sun will not evaporate the water that you use to wet that vegetable. So the fiber is used as mulching during the dry season for the people planting vegetables.
Okay, I wanted to know whether, because I know when it is fresh, it seems to have a different color. It doesn't have the same quality as when it stays for a long time.
You mean the kernel?
Yes.
It still has it.
The same quality.
What happens is that when they were fresh, when they were not yet cooked, it's different from when...
I'm talking about after it has been cooked, maybe like 1 day, 2 days, it seems to have a different color than this one that has stayed for a long time.
You know the kernel now?
Yes.
It's just as if it's looking like say black, Abby.
Yes.
And you know when it receives the heat of the sun, it changes the color to black.
Now I'm saying the seed inside. The
seed doesn't have any problem. It has no problem.
Naturally, we don't know how palm oil is being produced. But by being here and learning practically from these local farmers, I have been able to understand firsthand on how to produce palm oil. Now, with the production of palm oil, you can make money from it in large quantities. So I can boastfully say that I can produce palm oil from palm fruits. So that's the practical knowledge I can learn in the school, in the university. So it has affected me positively because I can make money from it.
I'm coping, and the situation is anyway serious, but at least at the same time it's also educative, because I've not been able to be into this environment before. With this opportunity, I'm able to see what I've never seen before, especially the process of this palm oil making. I really learn a lot.
I've been very, very well. that I've met a lot of new things that I never thought I would meet, and God has been helping me so far, and I've been facing a lot of challenges, but God has been helping me to scale through the whole thing. And generally anyway, I've been faring very, very well. I've been having my fun there. I've learned majorly the production of palm oil and how to plant oil palm fruits. Actually, in my hometown, we do the same thing, but in a very small quantity. And I've not seen a milling machine before. I've not grinded before and all that. I came here, I've seen a very new process of doing the whole thing, and it's actually a very good experience. I've learned how to produce oil myself, and on my own, I think I can start up something myself.
Okay, in this camp, I have learned oil palm production, from the process of how it's being cut down to the removal of the dirt, the cooking, the processing, how to get out the palm oil, how to boil, and the making use of all the parts of the palm, that no part of it is useless. Starting from making broomsticks to making soaps and so many other things. I think I've learned quite a lot from this Okitipupa trip.
Before now, all I see is a byproduct of palm oil. All I see the oil, I see other byproducts. But it's been a very exciting experience to come and see how the whole thing is done firsthand. I now know all the processes involved. With all I've learned from the Kaduna Business School, designing business plan, and what I have learned in Okitipupa, I could actually create an interface and put up a business a money spinning business that will sustain me, and not just sustain me, but boost our economy.
I learned that hard work is a very good principle. If you learn to work hard, you can achieve anything. And in fact, I'm going to have a lot to talk about when I get home, because at least I know the basics of how to produce palm. Ever since I came here yesterday, I've been thinking seriously on this business. So hopefully, when I'm able to, I've been thinking, when I'm able to put 2 and 3 together to get my innovations, hopefully I will write a business plan on oil palm production.
The things I've learned from this Okitipupa farm settlement, I would say I've learned how to process palm oil, palm fruit to get oil. I also learned how to plant the seedling from the pre-nursery stage to the nursery to the transplanting into the farm. We've also learned how to harvest the palm fruit from the palm tree, and also I've got to understand that there is nothing lost in the process. Everything is useful. Now, the ones I've learned so far, particularly in agriculture, palm oil produce. Now what I believe to do after now is to use what I have learned here and improve on it. Now talk about mechanization, talk about improved seedlings, talk about how to get disease-resistant seedlings and high-yielding seedlings. Now, since we have NIFOR and other research institutes and some very good universities of agriculture, what I will do now is all I've learned here, I will now take it up from here, improve on it, work with relevant bodies in agricultural ministry sector, and be able to launch Nigeria back in the agricultural sector in the Community of Nations.
think I've been faring well. Basically, the work has been, well, I say, tenuous to an extent. The drill, never done drilling before, so this is like the first time I'm doing it. And while I'm cashing on, although I'm making some mistakes and all that, so it's been an experience, a wonderful time actually, even though the stress is there.
I've learned a lot. Number one, from the plucking of the bundles to the removing of the nuts, the sieving process, and the cooking, the digesting process, to the presser process. I've learned a lot about that.
I've learned a lot, and starting from the way the palm fruits are being grown, I learned that you have to put them in a polythene bag, pre-nursery stage, before you now get to the nursery stage, which is 6 months. And after it grows from that stage, it will have to reach 5 years before you can start harvesting the palm fruits. And after that, before you start to harvest, you use either a climbing rope, a Malaysian knife, or a chisel. With the climbing rope, you used to climb a higher palm fruit. But with the Malaysian knife, you just stand on the ground and you use the knife to chisel out the bunch of the palm fruit down. Then today I learned practically on how to produce palm oil. I can say that boastfully because the young man involved in production of palm oil is a youth like me. Yesterday he told us that he has two cars from this business. Now, and it's a young man like myself, and I believe that he should be around 35 years of age. That's something that has challenged me. So I believe if he could do it, I can do it also. It's just the technical know-how, the skills of which I have learned. Therefore, I can run this business because I was very attentive when he was explaining the whole process on growing the palm fruits, on harvesting it, on producing it, on everything involved. So I can run this business from the knowledge I have gained.
Camp, I've learned a lot of things. I've learned to appreciate God, one, because of the condition of the farm settlements and the people in the farm settlements. To be honest, as Nigerians, I feel for these people. And coming to their occupation, I've learned that these people are well determined, very focused, with a zeal to make it, irrespective of whether there is government support or not. And they are proud of what they have.
Yes, I've learned a lot here in Okitipupa. Because ordinarily, you just go to stores, shops, and you just say, I want oil. They give you palm oil and you say, it's too cost. It's too cost. Can't you just put more? Can you just put more? This is too small for this price. But when I got here, I realized the procedure is so tedious, and these people are doing very great. I was impressed by the young man that was talking to us yesterday. He has bought 2 Castor trucks. I was surprised because I never the way you see him, the way he was dressed, I never thought he could have achieved so much.
I've learned a lot. Oil palm can put Nigeria on the world map and provide our